She's got ribbons and paper, a cauldron of glue. With every creation, she's spooking the crew. The black cats purr and the witches all cheer for the magic she spins this time of year. Oh, Indiana Jones, you're the talk of the night, with your Halloween craft shining so bright. Bats and spiders and a ghostly delight. Indiana Jones keeps the season just right.
Me, Indiana Jones, and welcome to our Thrifted Finds and Flips, hosted by my friends Monica of Up All Night DIY and Dawn of Shabby Meets Bling. Today I had two projects, but something happened mysteriously to my files, so I'm just going to showcase one project but show you the results of the other one that I made, and hopefully you'll still be inspired. Now I know cloches aren't easy to find, so for this next exercise I'm going to use one of those Dollar Tree cloches, which I already had in my stash. And I have this little wooden base. I got a bunch of these, so you're going to see a bunch of these little wooden bases in my crafts to come, because the way I do thrifted, gifted, and sifted. So it's thrifted, I bought it at the store. Gifted, somebody gave it to me, and I have like a whole box full of these little jar toppers. I don't know what they are, but they're wood rounds and they're great. Or sifted, saying that I found it in the garbage. So, and more than likely, not that I'm like, you know, trash jumping, or what is it called? Dumpster diving? No, I'm not doing that. It's just I find it on the side of the road. So again, thrifted, gifted, or sifted. Anyway, look who's here. What am I doing? I'm doing little Halloween crafts. So I need a magical black cat to give me a little bit of inspiration. So I have this tiny little, you see that little bench? I don't know what I was going to use that bench for. I found it in my stash. Don't you have like bizarre things in your stash? Well, I'm putting it there just as a placeholder. I'm going to make a grimoire or a spell book, whatever you want to call it. I had this tiny little owl picture from one of my papers here, from one of, I don't know if it was Grabby or something else. And what I did was I took some wire, I guess it's wire ribbon or metal ribbon. That's metal ribbon that I just cut down because I thought it would be perfect to be the cover of this little grimoire or spell book. And of course, with the owl, it's absolutely perfect. And then I'm just using these tags. You see the tags? That's what's going to create the front and the back of the book. And now I'm just aging that little park bench, because this little park bench is actually going to be a book stand for my little spell book. I thought it would be cute to make a little like witchy spell book kind of cloche with this. There you can see how I'm trying to work this out to make sure everything fits in the cloche. I didn't want anything too wide or too tall. I found this little page as well in my, and you can just cut, so you can print something on your printer, or you probably have stuff in your paper stash. Now here I'm just using Elmer's clear glue, always good to have, and I'm mixing it with a little bit of it's not glitter per se, but mica powder, just to make it a little more spooky. And then I had this resin yellow, and I thought, oh my gosh, it gives it that perfect, super glowy kind of look. And I just thought that would be perfect for a little spell bottle or a potions bottle. And these are little bottles that you can get at Dollar Tree. I have them in my stash. I honestly didn't have to buy a single thing for this craft. Next I have, of course, always have fairy lights, and I decided I'm going to illuminate this little cloche just like the other one, so they can even sit side by side. One of the things I did do is in the back, I opened a little space. I just cut it open. I tried to heat it up, and then I just decided to snip away the plastic so it'd be easy for me to reach the on and off switch. So I don't have to take the cloche off. So if I just want to glue the cloche, for right now I didn't glue the cloche, but there you can see I can reach the little on and off button, you know, with a toothpick or what have you, but it works. That's the most important thing. The next thing I did, I don't know if you can see that, I painted those little fairy lights, I painted them like this a glowy green color. So from beneath the pedestal, that wood pedestal that's supposed to be her table, it looks like it's glowing green with magic. Next, I am taking the larger glue gun sticks and I'm trying to cut them in half, but later on I realized the easier way to do it is just use a heat gun, and I'm just trying to open the top of this, what's going to be the top of this candle, so that the little fairy lights look like they're coming out from the middle of the candle, not the side or anything like that. I could have probably opened it up or, you know, split the whole glue stick in half, but it really wasn't necessary because I'm just going to cover that glue stick with other glue sticks to make it look like a cluster of candles. So I'm going to make 3 of these candles. Once again, I'm just adding, you know, gluing down or heating the side of that candle so that I can add the fairy lights in the middle. And here you can see how I'm covering that wiring part with another candle. So there's going to be 3 candles in total, and you won't see this messy part because that's going to be in the inside of these 3 candles. Now let's put everything together just to see how it looks. With those candles that I created with the glue sticks, what I did was paint them like a beigey white. It's not pure white, and it's not beige per se, but a mixture of the beige and the white just to make these beautiful white candles. I also painted the actual fairy lights, and those in particular, to be orange so that they would resemble flames. I also put a little fairy light right underneath the spell book, so it looks like there's some mysterious glow right under the spell book itself. I really love the way this is turning out. I think it's so cute, and I love these little cloche type of designs, so you can have a small little vignette in a very contained space. This might end up at my office because I thought it would be such a cute addition to my tabletop decor in my office. Now I'm trying to figure out where to put everything. I also took a red bead. I don't know if you can see it there. I took a little red bead and I added some leaves to it to make it look like a poisoned apple. I added that unfurled scroll. I thought it looks so fabulous. The other thing is I made sure to put a light right behind the glowing potion bottle. Now, I didn't want to cover up the bottom per se. I just didn't want you to see the mechanics of it. So I'm very lightly putting a little bit of that moss. It's kind of see-through so you can see the lights glowing underneath. Remember, I painted those lights green so that it would look like there's something spooky underneath this witch's table. And now I'm just putting everything together, and I'm even adding a little magic wand. I think it necessitated a magic wand somewhere. Now here are all our pieces all put together. I also added another little bottle. I added some moss to the bottle and covered the back. And I added a little bead here that had little beads inside. It was like a little glass bead, so it looked like another potion bottle. I was trying to figure out where to add that one. And there you have it with the apple and everything. It looks fabulous. There I am just adding the cloche before I turn on the lights. Or actually the lights are already turned on. No, they're not. But you'll see the final reveal, so you can see all of the lights in a beautiful dark and spooky setting.
Oh, pumpkins and raggedy ghosts, witch hats by the fire, where shadows boast, black cats cozy, curled up tight. Halloween's here, under the moon's pale light. Let gibbous glow. The wind hums tunes, a spectral choir, while witch hats gather round the fire. And do you
Thanks again to my friends Monica of Up All Night DIY and Dawn of Shabby Meets Bling for creating this Thrifted Finds and Flips collaboration. Remember to check out their channel as well as all the channels that joined us in this collaboration. Thanks again for stopping by, and if you enjoyed this, please take a moment to like, share, and subscribe. But most importantly, remember to stay safe, be kind, God bless each and every one of you, and remember to live the adventure and come again for some more fun, spooky, and fall adventures yet to come this season. I'll see you soon.